All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the 11:11 Healing Meditation call. These calls are free and they're every Wednesday morning at 11:11 to support healing for ourselves and for the planet. And every time that we get on, we try to attune to something different that's going on around the globe that could use some of our attention and healing. And often we go up into the grid and we bring love and light to something that's showing up in the collective that many of us may be tuning into or aware of to bring more light. So there's endless things, sadly, to choose from, to address, and to bring love to. Today, in one of the calls this morning in the IM group, where we meet regularly, working with our IM, we brought some attention to the fact that there's a great drought out west in the United States, and it's pretty severe. And so we may address that next week. But today, what I want to spend some time connecting with is, we can look at an outside event or circumstance that happens that can create within us great sadness, anger, rage, frustration, hurt, pain. And the reason it brings that up in us is because we are all connected through this fabric of a tapestry of love. And when so many people have expressed near-death experiences and they talk about that, they talk culturally across the globe, the common thread after somebody has passed before they come back and retell what happened is that they feel this deep sense of love for everything and everyone on the planet, and this deep sense of connection and deep remembering and understanding that they are in no way separate from every living, breathing thing on Earth. And so when we, think about, and I'm going to address today the shooting that happened in the United States in Texas, it's unimaginable that this is happening. And it seems to be a regular daily occurrence in our country here in the United States. Obviously, it happens other places, but not like this, not every couple days. And so everybody is going to have a different take on it, a different opinion on it. And I don't want to get into that. It's not about that. It's about where inside of us are we holding the resonance and the frequency of anything that's relating to that entire situation, which affects so many different facets of life. So I'd like to bring in the angel Raphael today and attune to Raphael's energy and see what Raphael has to say about it. But what Raphael was showing me this morning was bringing compassion, really opening our hearts and loving ourselves and the different parts that reside inside us that are reflective of what's happening in all the different facets of that particular unique situation. And we're talking about, for those who are just joining us, what happened last Monday, a week from today, where 19 children and 2 teachers were unnecessarily murdered. And things like this are happening across the globe all the time. But because it's brought to our attention and, a lot of people are aware of it right now, we're going to tune into that. That is not in any way to neglect the wars happening all around the globe, people who are starving of starvation, the things that are going on that are not getting coverage, that people are not paying attention to. We're not in any way negating that, but we are going to tune into this because I think a lot of people are familiar with it. So I'm going to bring in Raphael. And in this process, these calls, like the Sunday call, is about receiving for yourself and hearing Raphael's energy and being in a high vibe, and that's beautiful. And today is also about receiving, but in addition to that, it's about giving. These calls on Wednesdays are about service to the planet and recognizing that we do have an impact depending upon our willingness to hold light and the consciousness that we carry. And so Wednesday's calls are about giving back, and we know that when we give back, we receive. All right, so Let's drop in. I'm going to turn the microphone off for a moment while I tone so it doesn't disrupt the microphone, and then I'll be right back and we'll be in it. So get into a comfortable place, make sure that your phone is off and that you're ready to be in receiving and to be giving. Hello, 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 hello. It is that we are delighted to be here from the angelic realm in this way and to shower you with our love. For it is that we are wanting to remind you of the vastness of who it is that you are. And sometimes when you are in what you might call the minutia of the human experience, there is a little forgetting about how magnificent and broad and beautiful and vast you really are. And it is of great importance to attune to that energy and to that vibration and the remembering of it to zoom out a bit and to see a larger perspective. And as it is that Kelly was speaking to you about the tapestry of the human experience and interconnectedness and the magnificent and beautiful web that weaves you all together as one, it is that as more and more light and plasmic energy is bombarding the earth at this time, as you are moving through this emotional and energetic and evolutionary shift, it is that all things that reside deep within the shadow, that are deeply based in the vibration of the third dimension of polarity on the timeline in which you are beginning to evolve and move out of through higher dimensions into the fifth dimension of unity consciousness, is looking to be seen, to be felt, to be heard, to be understood, and to be healed. And it is our understanding that you are tuning today to the event, to the moment in which something rippled in an outrage of sorrow, grief, fear, and upset across the globe, affecting many as they received this news that felt so difficult, where one felt perhaps hopeless or helpless. For those of the innocent, those of the little ones. For it is that this occurs all over all the time, but for some reason it really is tender, more so in the heart, so when it is affecting those who perhaps do not have any way to defend themselves. And so with that, we want to tune into all parts and ask you to bring compassion. To bring compassion to within inside of you. Any single tiny little place that any vibration in alignment with this situation has risen to the surface lives and dwells within you, so that you may bring compassion to it and to yourself. For often you hear others speak of those who are experiencing in this situation unfathomable loss, the unimaginable suffering and pain and loss of a child. And so I want you to attune with inside your own being, to scan your own vibration, and to sense with inside of you any place within you that carries the resonance, however large or small, that can attune to the vibration of great loss. It may be the loss of a parent, a loved one, a friend, a child. It could be the grieving of something that is not of a person, but of a way of being, a life you knew or understood, the loss of a partner or a relationship, the loss of something you love to do, the loss of an ability of vitality in the body or energy. It could be the loss of anything, but I want you right now to conjure up what comes to mind immediately that is resonating within your own being, where you are feeling a sense of grief.